right, Coach, just got done with an RTC practice today. How's it feel? You know, it's June 29th today, something like that, 28th. It doesn't matter what the date is, but how's it feel with this group of guys this early on in the year?
You know, we've got a lot of talent right now. A lot of talent, the most we've had since we've been here. If we get the toughness we need to get out of these guys, it's going to be a really fun team and a really, you know, dangerous team. So that's what we're working on. That's why we're here in the summer. That's why we're grinding it out. When, you know, when we get them to understand that June 28th or whatever it is just as important as March 21st, then we got something. And when you train with that kind of intensity, but we've got some guys in here right now that, and it's a hard thing to do. People don't understand to have that same kind of will to win. And we've got a lot of guys that have a will to win in June. When you get that will to win, and that's just who you become, you really make big gains and you really improve quickly. And I see that with some guys, but there's other guys that we need to see that. We need to see it soon.
One of the guys that a lot of people know and are excited to watch in the, maybe not next year, maybe next year, who knows, but is Casey Swaderski. Talk about how you recruited him. You were pretty early to him, if I believe. What did you see in Casey early on? Yeah,
we got to him early, you know. During COVID, there was an event, I think, in maybe Legends of Gold or something, where he got our attention. And then obviously being a Michigan guy, I put my ace detective Michigan guy, Metcalf, on it right away after I saw him. And we developed a really quick relationship. And, you know, got close to the dad and the family, obviously just by talking and doing some Zoom calls. And, you know, everybody's seen what he's done in the last year. But no, he's all he's billed to be. I'll leave it at that. He's all he's billed to be, and he's gonna, if things go kind of according to plan, he'll be going next year. So we don't need to keep it a secret anymore.
At 49, also you got Pinero Johnson's another one. He's had a pretty good summer, had some success on the freestyle scene. Are you excited to see Pinero in the lineup finally?
Super athletic. We got to figure out some things. We found out some health things about him that we think we can correct in the last month or two. But we got to get tougher. Super talented. Upside's tremendous. You know, we're excited to see him. He's, you know, this whole freshman class has really got some talent. But those are two of the more talented guys in that class.
David Carr is going up to 165. The people are saying, was that an issue last year, the weight at all at the end of the year?
No, I don't think that was an issue. You know, he lost that match on a Thursday night round. It was just one of those matches that everything kind of went wrong. We didn't get a lot of help from the guy in black and white, and, you know, not to back up, but just, you know, good for that guy. We just didn't have the kind of match we wanted to have, but I don't think weight was an issue, to answer your question, at least not in that particular match. You know, David is a guy that he really is kind of a tweener, and as talented as he is, I'm like, why are we going down? Let's eat and have fun, or have more fun. He always has fun, but have more fun and show your skills. And so obviously we feel real good about him at 65, and it looks to be going to be a really good weight on paper right now. So he's got his hands full, but I know he's excited about that challenge.
Another guy that's back, another All-American. All three All-Americans are back, actually. Marcus Coleman, though, I'm excited to see him. He was a guy that I felt like you were really high on when you came over here from Virginia Tech, and I felt like last season we finally got to see what seems like the real Marcus Coleman. Are there still levels to jump with Marcus?
Yeah, I think so. I think we saw a big jump, you know, especially the last 2 years. The first couple years, really inconsistent, you know, kind of immature. If you want me to say it like it is, I just didn't know how tough he was. I knew the athletic ability was there, but I questioned the toughness, and there has to be a ton of toughness at this stuff. But the last 2 years, I could tell it really became important to him, and he started being a lot more competitive in the room. I really think that summer that COVID came along is when he kind of started making his gains, because when he came back from that, and I saw him after we were back after COVID and back able to train our guys here, I saw a different guy. So something clicked during that period of time.
Younger Brastida back as well. Can you clear how many more years do we get of Younger? Do you know off the top of your head? I know what this COVID
He's got 3
stuff.
years of eligibility left.
Okay.
Yep, he's got 3 years, so he'll be one of those old guys, just like a lot of old guys that are graduating college right now. But obviously tremendous growth with Younger last year. You know, I just think there's so much more there. I know he spent a lot of time on the mat already in the off season. You know, he's excited to ride guys more, which, you know, is a completely new skill and art for him. He's you know, it was funny at the end of the year after the Big 12s, I think he lost in the semis because we didn't put him down. And I told him I wasn't going to put him down until he showed me that he wanted to go down. And he came off the mat after that match and he said, "Coach, I got to go down the rest of the year." So we put him down, you know, at the NCAA tournament, and he got 5th. And so we'll still have some battles there, but not nearly as many. You know, he realizes what he needs to do to win in folk style wrestling, and his biggest areas of improvement are still on the map.
I mean, he was pinning guys at the end of the year there in Detroit. Were you surprised seeing him finish guys like that at the big dance?
You know, he's such a competitor that nothing really surprises me about him. Sometimes I got to light a fire under his ass in the practice room. I wish I could, you know, but once I do light a fire under his ass, it'll really go. But he really got uncomfortable the last, you know, month and a half of the season, and so the third period didn't become as much of an issue. But he's capable of a lot. He's a competitor and he's an athlete, and that's a good combination.
All right, talk about 125. Tyson is back. He's been kind of banged up throughout his career, I feel like, a little bit. What do you think? Is that something that you're concerned about?
Well, knock on wood, right now, Tyson hasn't been hurt. He didn't get to train much at all last summer. He was coming off of a shoulder surgery, so he really didn't even have any summer at all to train. So the fact of the matter that he's had a spring and a summer to train is exciting. Sky's the limit with that guy. Again, I wish I could get him a little bit more motivated in you know, some of the little things you got to do. Just coming to practice every day, very intentional, but we continue to make strides there. Just, you know, I'm probably a little impatient. I'd like to see a little bit more there, but there's a lot of skill there, and you know, and I think we saw gains this year already. He won some big matches for us. He obviously needs to do a little better job in figuring out the postseason, because he hasn't done a good job at the end of the year both years now, and that's just experience, and we got to figure that out.
Ramazan last year got hurt in Detroit at the national tournament. How's he doing?
He's doing great. He's actually in Russia training right now with his old club. He hasn't seen his family, and he just got his visa in the last 6 months, so he was able to travel back to Russia. So he's seeing his family over there right now, and he's back on the mat again. We thought we were going to have surgery because he dinged it up pretty good, but he didn't. So he's doing a good job.
And the schedule came out not too long ago. What is this battle on the river, or the river battle? What tournament is this that we're going to?
Yeah, we're going to open up in Jacksonville, Florida. Coach Bono at Wisconsin reached out to me, you know, pretty quickly afterwards, and so I think we have Campbell and Little Rock, and then we'll finish with Wisconsin. Is the plan. So we'll get 3 matches there, and I thought, what a kind of a neat way to start out the season. And Coach Bono's, I think he's from the Jacksonville area. And, you know, the poor guy, we need to help him raise some money down there. And so we're ready to get it on with him. They're going to have a great team. So we're gonna hopefully go down there and ruin his homecoming. That's my plan.
We got to go to Iowa City next year. Obviously, the way that ended last year was pretty dramatic. We had our fun with it, that's for sure. But you're looking forward to going to Iowa City next year?
Yeah, I know we're looking forward to it. You know, it's full force ahead, right? How do I tiptoe around this without being politically incorrect? I'll just stay politically correct and say we're looking forward to it.
All right, and I believe there's a Big Ten duel on their schedule as well. Is it?
We have Illinois at home. We got Oklahoma State at home. We got Oklahoma at home. We got Wyoming at home. We got Cal Baptist at home, and I might be missing one. So we got a great home schedule, and then we get to go Panther hunting again in Cedar Falls. So we get to go to Cedar Falls and Iowa City next year. Going to the Scuffle. Looks like we're going to attend an event in New Orleans. That thing was in Florida last year. They're going to move it to New Orleans, so I know Penn State will be down there, North Carolina State. I think Cornell, So we'll probably get 3 duels down there, and that'll be the weekend before Christmas. So we'll be on the road a lot next year. It's going to be a great schedule.
Are there any clauses that we will not wrestle Penn State down there in New Orleans?
No, I think we got a good chance to wrestle Penn State. No.
Is that the first time?
I know they're not afraid of us, and we're not afraid of them, so we're excited to go. Hope that'd be a great chance for us to wrestle. Obviously, they're going to be tremendous next year.
Is that the first time that Iowa State has faced Penn State in a dual meet like that, if that does end up happening?
We haven't wrestled Penn State since I've been here. I don't know what happened previous. I don't know if they wrestled or not, but we're actually really close to getting them. Cody Sanderson and I have been talking about doing one here and one there, and we actually had it on the books in the COVID year. So we had Penn State on the schedule in the COVID year, and we just didn't get it done. So, I actually need to reach out to them. We need to get that done and start that the following year.
What do you think of this NIL era? Do you like it or don't like it, or just roll with the tide?
Doesn't matter. You better learn to like it. It's kind of like two-a-days,
How
if
crazy
you like it, if you don't like it, you're going to get in trouble. So
how crazy are some of the deals that have you heard any of the deals? I know you have to stay out of it, and that's kind of part of the rules, but I'm sure you hear guys come in the locker room talk about some of the things that they've been offered. Is it getting crazy out there?
It's definitely real in wrestling right now. It's real, and I think it'll continue to get more real. It'll be interesting to see if the NCAA or an entity like the NCAA that has some authority will try to put some bumpers on it or buffers or whatever, but right now it's the Wild West in terms of what you can offer kids and what they have to do to get things. So you better get your head in the game if you want to compete at the highest level.
All right, last question here. Talk about the RTC. What do we got going on? Can the people come out here and watch? What's the best way to stay in touch?
We're going to have some workouts. The Cyclone RTC Twitter and Instagram and all those fancy schmancy social media outlets. They'll be continuing to put stuff up all summer long about, kind of coming in, having kind of an open house. We got a big room here, as you can see, a whole football field. So we're going to do some, we got bleachers here. Let people come in and watch wrestling in the summer, and especially with this big freshman class, everybody wants to know what these guys look like. So we had a big outing at the Flat Tire yesterday, and I know like 300-400 fans came out just to see what these new guys look like. So we'll continue to do stuff like that. It's fun for the fans, and it's good for our guys to get in front of people and compete. Maybe get a little more nervous than they normally would.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time. And anything else you want to say to Cyclone Nation?
No, let's go.
All right, appreciate it.